Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 2 in a best of 5 series between Samwise 12 and Ezad, spawning on the left-hand side of the map in the color blue, picking up muskrats worth 40 coin. No, that was wood, 30 coin. Then heading out sort of into the map. They're likely to build a trading post with that explorer. But Samwise playing as the French. Perhaps, and I say this most times, we will see the Samwise build. Yeah. His opponent, Ezad, playing as the Portuguese, a civilization that is actually quite good on water. So in the previous game, he tried something naval. Perhaps we'll see it again here. Certainly possible. We'll have to take a look at his deck. But looks like that explorer does find himself sheep, and is going to bring that back. No treasures for him just yet, other than that 40 wood that he got in the early game there. But I think that brings us up to date with Age 1. I think the thing to look out for on this map is obviously going to be the number of sheep, and Portuguese will have a bit of a head start there, given that France is building a trading post. And then there's the treasures. What have we got lying around?
Yeah,
I think it's always nice to keep track of this in the early game, just to because there's a lot of action to keep track of whilst we talk about the matchups, and it's good to get an overview of sort of where the food treasures are. Okay, so that Nuka probably going to be quite valuable.
It's got quite a high siege attack, 28, and then especially once it reaches the second age, it's gonna, I believe it loses that it negative multiplier against villagers, so it can be used to chase away any potential
I feel like
forward
units in
villagers.
general seem to be quite good, and that Nuka could start sieging the trading post as well. But what's that? He's going to pick himself up.
It's got the 70 food. He's also got the 90 food up here, which is guarded by 3 wolves, so quite a nice treasure as well. And heading back for the 75, we've got, so he can take his choice. He's got 90 food with 3 wolves, or 2 wolves and 75 food. So I think I'd be taking the 75 food. Definitely seems like the better option. 1 less wolf to deal with for only 15 food, so not a bad little payoff right there. But let's have a look and see what we've got for decks. We've got Age 2 going up with the Quartermaster, an incredibly early age up. This was in queue probably about 148.
Yeah.
But let's have a look at the deck.
All right, looking to be...
Hello there. What's your name, mate? Your name is 1v1 Full C, and that is a disgusting deck. Kanisi would be proud.
I think I know what he's going to do.
Yeah, I think I know what he's going to do as well.
I think he's got 1v1 Full C in mind. That's the plan.
I suspect you might be right there.
All right, shall we talk about this matchup then? We know what he's doing. Full C, he's gone up with the 10-10 to get up ASAP, get that extra TC down, start sending those shipments. So I think once Sam figures out that's what's on, well, what do you think?
I think that he's going to be going for some form of early aggression, so probably putting down a barracks, maybe not right on the coast, but maybe like somewhere inland. I suspect he's probably going to be taking all of the trading posts, looking to get up stagecoach as quickly as possible, and then really trying to put on pressure, whether that means putting an outpost in and timing that with the 2 caravel shipment, but really just trying to shut it down. And I suspect that we're going to have a little bit of a tassel over the water. I don't know. What do you think? How do you think it's going to play out?
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, you can't let it sort of get rolling. I mean, the other way to play it that I've seen a lot of, particularly, well, I keep referencing the New World Championship, but those games for some reason have stuck with me. I wonder why. Is where Portuguese goes full water, but you sort of try and keep up with them. We saw this on Baja, California, where I think Diaruga played it. Diaruga was playing sort of eco build here. I think Lord Raphael. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. The details of it though were that you sort of try and keep up with them by going full TP stagecoach. I'm just not sure France is the civ that can do that.
Yeah, I guess my fear is that, sure, you can do the four corridors and you can do the stagecoach. And look at these toxic pulls that are happening right now. So Samwise pulling his explorer away with the scout, initially pulling away the scout with the explorer. And so the scout now returning the favor. Look at that. Isn't that just, oh my gosh, I tell you what, people say that, saying, like, not saying GG is bad manners. You know what's bad manners? Toxic pull tricking like that. I tell you what, it is just it gets me every single time.
Yeah, no, it's always like I like it. It's fun.
It is very fun. It's a lovely mechanic. I really enjoy it. I think it's definitely one of the more advanced techniques. Back when I used to play interjection back in maybe 2006, 7, 8. There was no such thing as pull tricking. That we hadn't even gone that far. Like, we'd been playing the game for years, but we didn't even know what pull tricking was. So, it's amazing to see that such advanced techniques exist and are regularly used by the top level players. But now Samwise
figured it out. You get all
Reaching.
these tiny little things. What is Samwise's plan then? 400 wood on the floor. There's no forward villages or something like that to rush it down. It doesn't look like he's going to be doing something naval just yet. 700 wood and starting to build a second trading post here. Like, I do wonder maybe if that is the plan. Get all the market upgrades ASAP. Get the stagecoach. Maybe try and get up and make some town centers or something like that.
I guess for me, the curious part is that he's opting to go 700 wood. Now, why would you go 700 wood in this situation? Because, so he's actually building all 3 trading posts with... Yeah.
Like, there's access to more villages from the settlement.
Oh, great point. That is a real potential. He could be looking at taking the Cray settlement. That is a really, really good point. But it looks like this trading post is going to go up. This Nootka is going to be frustratingly sieging this trading post, I suspect, for the next 7 or 8 minutes until it's down. But it looks like Izad might be... He looked kind of like he was heading towards the south of the map to potentially snag a trading post for himself. He is indeed. Look at him heading down here. He wants it. He's hungry.
And he's got that that nuker as well. So that's going to help him secure it. Oh no. Ha! Nope.
Unfortunately not. The Samwise was ahead of the game. He actually knew that Izad had the Nootka, and he said, I'm not going to be able to get this explorer out of here to secure this third trading post, so I'm going to have to send a villager. That's really big brain stuff when you think about it. That level of thought going into it and acknowledging, hold on a minute, I'm not going to be able to do it.
And he knows he wants the stagecoach to sort of keep... Look at that. I love it.
The double dock play.
Yeah, and putting the villager in the boat, getting them over there. They're unraidable now.
Yeah,
perfect.
That's just
and
it.
It gives you a bit of sea control, map control, whatever it is. And the villager's still in the boat, though. That's not ideal. Do you think it's helping it gather?
Yeah, I think it might be. We do see quite a high rate of gather, so it could just be that, there's compound fishing involved, but Izad now picking that up.
No, it's not helping. It's that's fishing. But still, there's trees over here. That would be cool, though. You put villagers in the fishing bait to make it faster.
Let's make it happen.
Okay, so I think this is coming down to... This is coming down to like just a strength of like just trying to keep up. It feels like there's a few muskets coming out. What has he got? So stagecoach now coming in, 700 coin. He's looking to get up to the next stage, and he's going to play it out that way. I sort of mentioned he's going to sort of try and rival the eco, and then maybe push in
38 coin for each pass here on the trade route. So one of the great things about the trade route is that most of the trade routes are pretty similar, but the closer or the shorter that your trade routes are, the more regularly you're going to be receiving that income. So instead of it coming in on, I remember on the map Great Lakes, there's a trade route that goes around the entire outside of the map, and it must take close to 2 or 3 minutes for that trading that travois to come around. And so if you miss it, you're missing out on like hundreds of resources. But here they come in very quickly, very steadily, and it means that Samwise is not going to be able to miss a beat when it comes to aging up. He's going to have all the resources that he needs. Looks like his build order is pretty damn optimal. I'm impressed. 3 TP Stagecoach with the 10 Musketeers Semi coming out as well, and still going to be able to get this age up in queue before, or pretty much on 7 minutes on the dot, which means he's going to be aging up at 7 minutes 43. That is very impressive.
Think, like, when you play as Spain or something and you try and naked FF and you're up at like 7 minutes 30 and you can do all of this crap before even aging and still get up at about the same time.
It's
like,
crazy.
I guess that's the power of the Exiled Prince. It's not like you get like 4 hussars upon aging up, which is, you know, pretty valuable. But it is kind of funny. Nice though, nice to see using those muskets proactively. Doesn't need to be afraid at all against ports. You know, there's like if they've got those docks, it's just not going to be military units. You can do whatever you like with these muskets. Yeah, coming in here to start sort of sieging. Lucky to pick up a Vil. He knows there's going to be no colonial militia either. He can click on the TC and see that. But there is 7 villages inside, so doesn't want to hang out too long, as that is still going to do a reasonable amount of damage. Steel traps now just coming in for Izad, and he's sort of a long way off aging. I mean, he's about to age, but he's not going to be up for a while, whereas Samwise, I think, is probably, yeah, he's just gotten up to the next stage. I imagine we'll see sort of veteran musks coming in, and I'm curious to see what he sort of does next. Is he going to drop some town centers? He's got all of them on wood. So that's going to help him spawn houses to support all of the population he's going to need, and he's sending two falconets, very much like 3 Gatling guns. I think for most civs, like just artillery as your first shipment is always going to be strong, particularly against someone that's got no units here. Ports will need CM to defend it, and the Falcons and the muskets are definitely going to be well, it's going to put on the pressure against Izad, who's going to have to slow down and sort of handle it. It's going to slow that boom down.
One of the options that he does have is, depending on if he gets enough XP, but once he hits the age up, he can always ship that frigate in. That frigate is going to be doing absolute wonders when it comes to defending this town center. Eventually, if the two Falconets are on this shoreline, they'll be able to move away and be a bit safer, perhaps siege in from this direction. But I don't know if he's going to have enough time. He is up at 8 minutes 30, which is pretty darn quick for a port water FF, going with the schooners into the 700 wood and then the rendering plant and then 700 coin. So pretty good timing. Normally you see this up at about 9 minutes, but now calling the Minutemen as well. Looks like he might get the Explorer into the action. Settler almost going down as well. He's got 9 in here at the moment. Veterancy upgrade has come in. We've got Samwise, who's got the two Falconets that are coming in along the shoreline. Does Izad go for the frigate here? No, he goes for the whale oil because, you know, you're getting attacked by a whole bunch of units. You know, whale oil is the sensible option here. So, you know, curious to see.
He doesn't feel threatened. I like it. He's like, nah, I don't feel threatened. I'm going to send whale oil. The thing is, if you send a frigate, it's kind of confined to the ocean. It doesn't really do too much. It maybe feels like the town center is too difficult to defend at this point or something. I like the use of the Minutemen we just saw. They're coming out, obviously, before the TC goes down, but also coming in before the Falconets arrive. So getting the most value you can there. A couple of Dragoons now hitting on the field. They have the same range, so it's just going to be like both players trying to stay on top of controlling them, trying to sneak shots in. Falconets, though, set up. And now this is where that town center really is going to go down. You know, maybe the frigate comes afterwards. Like, just play it, get the whale oil in first, get the full eco up. Look at that economy, 58 here.
Could you imagine if the frigate had come in here?
So much time, right? Like, that town center, yeah, it's going to go down, but I don't think he really gives a shit. Like, he's got pardon me, it's family-friendly screen, right? I just remembered that. We've got, you know, he's got 58 villas. He's got all these fishing boats and docks. Like, that town center's just buying time. It's just buying time. Frigate can come later.
Yeah, well, I mean, the way I'm thinking, imagine if you'd had a frigate right here, immediately broadsides these Falconets. Oh, there's the frigate! The frigate did come in!
He trained it!
No, it's Samwise's frigate. It's Sam.
It's a blue frigate!
No, not like this.
Oh, boy.
We've actually got villagers out here trying to murder the Falconets, but at the same time, the frigate is really focusing down the dock.
All right.
If that had been a frigate of a red
really
color,
frigate.
Yeah, it would have been a different story if that had been an Izad frigate. But Izad opting to send the whale oil instead of the frigate, now going for the frigate. But I fear that it's going to come in too late because he's going to lose this dock. And with this dock is a lot of control around this area. It means that the two Falconets are probably going to remain. The frigate will spawn, undoubtedly, and then get a broadside in. But we've got the veteran Dragoons coming in now. Heading into...
He's got Dragoons on the back there. One of the Falcons is really low HP from the TC it was taking down. Going into melee, just going to snipe them both down. Almost a steal, picking them up. Does take a few shots from the skirms and the muskets, but really nice pickup. But look at that frigate. It's really losing a lot of health. And red frigate is now here. What's it called? Santo Antonio versus, what's the blue one called? We got to know.
Good luck pronouncing that one.
Yeah, never mind. But it looks like the blue frigate's it's clearly gonna go down. Samwise trying to escape now. Like, what did it really achieve? I'm not like the town center was pretty much already dead. It killed a dock, perhaps, and now this frigate here is gonna finish it up. Trying to maybe denies the town center. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like Samwise, I think if he kept the two Falconets alive, then that would have been really effective, right? Because the Falconets on the coast are going to be able to combo with the low HP frigate and maybe keep it alive. But yeah, no, this is looking good for Izad. He's managed to take that frigate out. He's taken the Falconets out. So he's, you know, Admiral of the Sea, and he's looking pretty healthy on land. He's got 3 TCs. He's feeling good. Rebuilding one, you know, why not?
I've got to agree with your assessment. I think you're 100% on the money, because the first thing that I thought when I saw that is, okay, well now Samwise has sent in this frigate, so Izad's going to have to send in his own, but he's going to, in addition to that, probably have to train one as well so that he can actually deal with it because he's got the Falconets. But as soon as Samwise's Falconets went down, the story changed massively, and you identified that. I think you're 100% on the money, and it meant now Samwise is 100%, or Izad is rather the Admiral of the Sea, and we've got the Mamelukes coming in. We've got a lot of skirmishers here right now. We've got 22 skirmishers, and we've got how many muskets? I can't even find muskets to click on them there. We've got 4 muskets. Oh no. not like
They
this.
do take 60 seconds to arrive, though, so the Mamelukes are a long way off here. He's probably going to be able to get that down in time.
I don't
It's not like
think
they're
he
gonna
is.
win.
These are only skirmishers sieging. These aren't muskets.
Oh,
If these were
that's true,
muskets,
that's true. Oh boy, I don't know. I kind of don't want you to switch back. Oh, we did anyway. Okay, they're halfway there. I kind of want to like not know.
No more switching. No more switching.
Okay, Dragoon's coming in. This makes a lot of sense. Wants to try and like distract the skirms and like keep them under that TC so they can be snared as soon as the Mamelukes arrive. Minutemen are coming out as well. Make use of that before the TC goes down. Do you think Sam smells it? Do you think there's a whiff of Mamelukes in the air and he's like, yeah, nah, I'm getting out of here. Don't want to be caught with my pants down. Cuirassiers coming in. I mean, like the Dragoons are just keeping him interested. Izad's like, yeah, here are my Dragoons. You want to shoot them? Yeah, do that. You know, no problem. He keeps putting them in front. He keeps tempting him with these tasty Dragoons. But like Samwise doesn't know there's Mamelukes coming, and they're going to absolutely tear him. I like this. I really like how he's using the Dragoons to keep the skirmishers interested.
And there they come. Finally breaking out at 12 minutes 49. We've got the Mamelukes that are coming down the Jean.
That, my friends, is the end of the skirmishes.
Their life was short, but you know, they died the way that they lived.
Well, there's more units coming in here. Like the skirms are really good against those goons as well. Like maybe it's not too bad.
I think it's pretty bad because my main...
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad. I'm just trying to keep everyone interested.
These cuirassiers should be down here. They should be on the Mamelukes. Mamelukes have got 40% range resist.
They just don't die, do they? They're all... Oh my god.
They need to be down here. They need to be helping out. They need to be, you know, he needs to be doing toxic pull tricking with his dragoons that he's got. But unfortunately, I just don't think he can really do anything about these mams. What's the response to this?
Doing? Regular hussars are so OP. You know, they have 1,000 hit points. Oh, look at these! Look at these!
Yeah, take that. 1450, and that's in the Fortress Age. Get that out of... And the big kicker is the 40% range resist, because against this composition, like a French player is typically going to be building dragoons and skirmishers. So dragoons are going to be the counter. But the muskets are what are going to be able to drive it away, because they've got the melee attack. The melee attack is really what's going to counter the Mamelukes and what's going to force Izad back. They may be quite strong, but they are not... what's the word? Invincible. They're not invincible, so they will die to those muskets in melee.
Take a deep breath, everyone. Right. I think let's reassess the situation. Yes, those skirmishers got attacked by some Mamelukes, but actually, I think the game's relatively even. I mean, I think Izad, well, clearly has the score lead there. He's in a good spot. He's managed to defend. He's had a good run up to this, but Sam's got 3 TP stagecoach, all market techs in. He's got 3 TCs, and he's starting to spam villages out. So, and those fish don't last forever. So, like, it's like, can France sort of keep up with this?
I don't think France can keep up with this. The score is definitely going in favor of Izad at the moment. He's losing. He's got a single organ gun out on the back line. I like this. Very tactical. Just a single one saying, come on, bring it on. And, you know, at this point, he's able to overwhelm the skirmisher mass. Absolutely nothing left from Samwise at this point. He's got the 3 TPs, and he has the 3 TCs as well. Yeah. But Samwise...
No, and that's going to be it, right? Like, 3 TCs sounds good. The stagecoach sounds good. I think I was just trying to keep everyone on the hook there, but
it doesn't sound as good as 75 villagers though. With how many? He's got 25 fishing boats with whale oil, by the way. You got to remember that whale oil. I can't believe how greedy he is, and he managed to pull that off still. Oh my god! I genuinely thought he was going to lose that.
It was really nice when he managed to capture. I think the pivotal moment was getting those 2 Falcons, and then because he killed the Falcons, the frigate was much easier to destroy as well. I think that's where it sort of went wrong.
Yeah.
But I still, you know, I like Samwise's approach to it. It's a very sort of high-level player thing to do. They lean towards builds, it seems, that are sort of not all in. So macro-y, boomy builds where sort of you have mistakes and you have more room to make mistakes. It's not like, you know, if you were really aggressive or tried some kind of timing push with boats or some kind of aggressive stuff in the early game, you sort of end up... Well, I'm not even sure that's possible against 3 TCs, but you sort of end up committed to it. And if it doesn't work out, you don't have any back out options.
Yeah, I think you're 100% on the money. I think that was definitely the pivotal point, because it plays out a completely different way if those falconets don't go down. Let's say for a second that those falconets are up. They're on the coastline, and you know they've killed this dock. As a result of killing that dock, it means the frigate has got a lot more health, because the frigate would have been right here. It wouldn't have been losing health to this dock. And then if Izad tries to bring his frigate in, well, now he's got to compete with the falconets. So, and then he can just sort of shuffle his frigate or his falconets around from over here back over to this spot, and as long as he keeps his frigate within reach, he's never going to lose them to a broadside attack because he can just pop them back inside. It's something that we see a lot of high-level players do with artillery especially. They put them in their bombard mode, they chuck them in a frigate or a caravel, and then they just pop them out. And so definitely something that we could have potentially seen had they survived. But Izad managing to clean it up and take out the victory. So congratulations to Izad. Evening up the score now. So that's 1-1. We've got... Let me fix that up on the scoreboard. There we go. That has all been fixed up. Let's take a look at the timeline. Have a look at the resources gathered. Look how even the resources gathered are.
Yeah.
Man.
Stagecoach, you can try and keep up with them. I mean, at some point they do get ahead of you, but that's where the Falconet timing came in, and we saw him sort of making use of that.